This is Delilah Call, and in today's podcast, we will be discussing mental health. Not just mental health in general, but why teenagers should not be afraid to talk to an adult about it. If your mental health is in a bad state at the moment, I hope my podcast will help you feel more confidence and build the courage to express yourself to a trusted adult. That adult can be your parents, any family members, or someone you are really close with outside of family. But before I start, I want you all to know that you don't have to go through this alone. As a person who is very close to family physically but not emotionally, I can prove that what I am going to say in this podcast is relatable for many people. As a first year business major in college, I can definitely say math is not my strongest subject. During my first semester, econ has been the toughest class for me so far since I did not take an actual econ class in high school. These small, fun moments of this agri-science econ class have finally gotten to me and have caused a huge problem for my future. I did not learn the basics of econ, and basically everyone uses that class as a free period to do whatever we wanted. But now in college, I am going to office hours to get one-on-one lessons, even if it's just for 15 minutes. But even going to office hours has barely helped with exams. This problem of mine felt extremely heavy on my shoulders, and I felt as a young adult I had to figure out everything on my own, or that I couldn't do this because I need to be more responsible. But no, I started to feel more depressed and thought very negatively about my abilities of going to college. Even though I only carried this weight on my shoulders for less than a semester, I, as a person, felt like it was the end of the world. My mindset was always stuck on the same thoughts. I'm not smart enough. I don't think I can accomplish my goals of graduating college, or everyone is so much academically smarter than me. These comments in my head would drag me down even deeper into my problem, and I would run away from my mom, hoping I can avoid her questions. But one day, I felt the urge to get help, and I did. Even though I am not the most comfortable with talking to my mom about emotions or even schooling, I was able to build up the courage to text her everything. I was able to express that I really needed help and that I was failing my econ class. And her response when we talked face to face was everything to me at that moment. My mom had told me, "I'm glad you told me this. I'm here to help you, and I will not think less of you if you are failing." Hearing these words from my mom, who of course has different opinions of life from me, made my heart feel like it grew back to its normal size. Afterwards, I felt relieved and proud of myself for leaving my comfort zone for my own sake. Now, let's have a quick talk about our topic mental health and why it is so important. Mental health is when a mental illness affects a person's state of mind and how they are able to be productive under stress that comes from life. Mental illnesses will also affect one's ability to think positively when it comes to anything, for example, school, work, maybe who you are and how you look. But why is mental health important to society? Well, the concept of mental health is not talked about too much to many groups of people, such as families or educational environments. Although it's not a family's or a school's job to talk about mental health, it's important for mental health to be recognized. Due to many teens being afraid to speak up about how they feel and think can lead the young people to hide away from those they are afraid to talk to when they shouldn't. When this happens, teens may feel fear or the adults around them are untrustworthy with their personal information. This fear can build up from past experiences. Maybe something got in between a relationship and they may not know how to approach them. So overall, mental health may not seem like a serious topic if it is rarely talked about upon many families. Now I hope my personal experience has given a visual idea of why it is so important for teens to talk to an adult about their mental health. But of course, the human brain thinks in a way that prevents us all from doing what we truly need to do to benefit us in life. Taking this big step requires you to feel nervous, scared, and overwhelmed. But the small action can benefit you in many ways. If teenagers build up the courage and start to open up, they can create a stronger bond between parents, be more positive, think better of themselves, and be more productive. Take a few days to process what you'd like to say to a parent, and try not to avoid the main issue. Avoiding the main issue will not allow you and your parents to fix the problem together. If one side doesn't know the full truth, then they won't have the best understanding of what you're going through. So just be honest, be you. So I suggest you all to think about how talking to your parents about what is causing you to feel this crazy weight on your shoulders will benefit you. Not just you, but your mental health, comfort level around them, and confidence. If you don't come from the best family, don't worry. You can always talk to a trusted adult. For example, some of those adults may be a teacher, an auntie, or an uncle. As long as you trust them, do not be afraid to open up and talk about what is affecting your mental health. So take some time to think about whether you can build the courage to express what is really happening in life that is really affecting your mental health.